Check it out, today I'll be reviewing the Winsor & Newton brush markers. They graciously sent over the Vibrant 12 marker set with the bonus Colorless Blender. The brush marker line features a twin tip body with one brush tip nib and one traditional chisel tip. There are a total of 72 colors in the brush marker line at a price of $4.99 for a single marker. Stay tuned till the end to find out how you can win a pack just like mine. To start the review, I'll be conducting a swatch test, and then I'll move on to a full sketch test, and finally a blend test. I've not had much experience using brush tip markers in the past, but I hope the flared line demonstrates the variable line weight you can achieve when using them. The brush tip allows for a much more expressive line work, and definitely has a learning curve involved to use it as intended. All 12 of the colors have very consistent swatch pigment with little to no visible strokes on the final swatch. The pigments were very true to both the marker body as well as what was advertised. When working with alcohol-based markers, it is always recommended to use marker paper that is designed to take the application of the marker. I'm using some illustration paper throughout this video which makes your lines much smoother by eliminating bleeding. Standard paper will become very saturated, leaving your lines very blotchy. Now let's move on to testing the markers in a full sketch. If you're interested in the train car black book I'm using, it's from Professionalism and is also linked in the description of the video. I found that you will not be able to erase pencil very easily once the markers are applied over top, so plan accordingly when drawing. I was able to achieve a relatively good fade within the letters by using the lighter shade into the darker, and then also employing some wisps using the brush tip. The colors look vibrant on the page and the darker tones have no issue with going over the lighter tones. The brush tip was a little large for the outline, but I was more focused on keeping a consistent line thickness. The black did show some variation in the darkest and lightest sections, but I chose to leave it rather than soak the page in fear of potential bleeding. Unlike the fluid brush tip, the chisel tip is very stiff, which gives you some really good control when getting into tight spaces. Utilizing the Colorless Blender, I attempted to blend the yellow marker into the pumpkin orange marker. Taking the yellow as the base, I faded it out and then worked to fade the orange back in. I used a plastic sheet as my mixing block to load the Colorless Blender, and then fade into the two sections. I've honestly never used the Colorless Blender, so I was learning and experimenting, but the results were certainly promising for future use. Overall, the brush tip markers from Winsor & Newton exceeded my expectations for quality. They were all streak-free and covered the drawing area quickly. The capabilities of the brush tip are a little above my technical skill to fully use right now, but I'm eager to learn and implement the more animated style it can provide. I would suggest these for larger filling areas as the nibs do not quite lend themselves to very acute work, but some meticulous work with the brush tip may end up alleviating that. I hope the review was comprehensive and you learned a little more about what the brush markers can provide you. If you have any questions or comments about the review, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. Now on to the giveaway. Winsor & Newton agreed to send one of my viewers a pack as a thank you from the two of us. Simply just leave a comment below about a source of inspiration for your own art, and I'll select someone at random. Just one entry per person, and the winner will be announced 1 week from this video publishing. Good luck to all, and be sure to check out all of Winsor & Newton's sites and social medias below. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Peace.